Hi Scorpio, welcome to Life in Symbolism. Today we're doing a love reading. We'll begin by looking at your current present energies, your recent past, and your near future in terms of love and romance. We'll then do the same for your person, and then we'll look at the energies between you, what works, what's holding you together, and areas that might need looking at, any types of challenges or obstacles in the way. So please bear in mind that the readings are general, they're not personalized for individual people. I'm reading the collective energy, so please bear that in mind when you're listening to the messages. Don't try to make the messages fit you, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Okay, Scorpio, recent past and love, please. Very interesting energy, Scorpio. And the present, please, for Scorpio in love. And the present, please, for Scorpio in love. Thank you. And the near future, please, for Scorpio in love. Thank you very much. Okay, Scorpio, so a great place to start, I think. So let's look first at your recent past when it comes to love. So what we have is the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Devil. So I'm reading a couple of different messages into this. What I can see is that commitment is important to you. It has been something that's been on your mind, wanting to meet the right person, wanting to commit, wanting to settle down and to have that fulfilling commitment. However, I also see that work has potentially got in the way for some of you. You've also been extremely focused on your work. So I'm not saying that in a negative thing. It's not like you made a choice between work or love. But I also think in a way you're sort of married to your work, very, very focused on your own self-worth, your own self-improvement and growth. And like I say, growing some type of business and getting on the ladder, I think in terms of finances and housing, that sort of thing. So although commitment has been something in your past that in love that you've wanted to explore, I'd actually say in your recent past, I've seen more of a commitment to your work and to yourself than anything else. I think at times it's caused you to question whether or not there is that commitment there for you, there is that person out there for you. But what I see is a lot of patience and just moving forward, slowly making the steps that you need to achieve your goals. So we will clarify, we have the Devil here in your recent past too. Now, for some of you, this could be so much focus on your work that you're borderline workaholic. Perhaps that's because the commitment has not been working out entirely how you wanted it to be in work. And therefore, you've kind of put that to the side and turned your attention to work, finances, stability, all that sort of stuff. So I'll just move those in so you can see a bit clearer. Now, for others of you, it could be that there is a relationship in terms of that is, let's say, when we talk about intimacy is the right word. For some, it could be a challenge in intimacy when it comes to romantic relationships and getting close to people. So we'll clarify. Why is the Devil here, please? Could be that you've been recently challenged to look at your relationship with relationships. King of Pentacles here with the Devil. So it could actually be somebody that you're extremely, very, very physically attracted to, and therefore you feel very tied to them because of the level of attraction in your recent past. And perhaps you felt committed to this person on more of a sort of physical level, because I think they made you, maybe because they make you feel really, really good, if you catch my drift. So there's certainly someone here who can give a lot. Someone who's very generous and kind and giving. Wow. Yeah. So, okay. So certainly for a lot of you, there was a start of a new romance in your recent past. But I think that the foundation of this relationship was physical, or certainly what seemed to keep you together was very physical, or what made you even think that there was a long-term potential with this person was because of the physical. For others of you, there's an intimacy issue that you've been forced to face because of this new person. For others, you're learning to accept yourself and see your own self-worth and value independently of other people without that physical need for someone, without depending or relying on any kind of physical sensation or feeling or connection with someone in order to feel like you've got a lot to give, both in terms of who you are, but in terms of love as well. Anything further, please clarify. I do see someone here that had promise in your recent past. So let's clarify the Two of Cups, please. Perhaps this will shine a bit more of a light. Why is the Two of Cups here? Thank you. Yeah, you've definitely got your guard up, Scorpio, when it comes to commitment. I think because you've seen a lot, you've been through a lot, you've had a lot of experiences, and I think that's caused you to be very, very sharp, very, very wise when it comes to relationships, to the point where you see the BS and you cut through the BS like nobody's business. And I think that is very good for you in one way, of course, because it keeps people away from you that aren't right for you. So you've learned to not waste time on people that can't give you, or you're learning that can't give you what you want and who can't help you with your needs. Obviously, it's a give and take. And I think that, your energy, Scorpio, is so much more of a giving, loving nature. Loyal, unbelievably loyal when you do connect with somebody. And I think you've learned actually to just hold off a little bit and to give your loyalty to the people who show that they deserve it, waiting for that sign for them first. So you're wise. You've grown really, really smart when it comes to commitment. But I think that's also caused you to be a bit defensive as well when it comes to commitment, to make sure that you're doing the right thing, that you're protecting yourself. Please clarify the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, again, so in the meantime, you've definitely been focusing a lot on your work. So you're not fixated anymore, I'd say, with finding the right person. I think it's definitely it's important to you, but you're able now to spread your energies a bit more and spend time on work, on your own spiritual growth, on gaining your own goals and taking care of your own needs. And I think that you've been in hibernation a lot in the recent past. Now, obviously, there's been coronavirus. For some of us, that's a physical lockdown. But I do think a lot of you have been retreating and going inwards to learn, to make plans in terms of your future, what you need to get under your belt to move forward and be successful. But also, because of the lessons you've learned in life, you're learning again how to connect with your intuition. And you're taking a lot of time out to figure out things that you need to know, to really get sure on what you need and what you want. so that you can take the opportunities as and when they come. So I feel it's nice, Scorpio. It feels like there's a nice, more of a balance happening in your more recent past. Let's see, the Eight of Pentacles, please. Anything further? No, so we're really focusing on your own comfort, comfort within yourself, comfort within your finances, your career, your home life. So, um, so yeah, I like it, Scorpio. It seems like you're getting more of a balance in terms of home and family and romance, trying to spread your energies everywhere rather than, but equally and not in overwhelming amounts in any one place. Just, waiting to see as it comes a bit more. So thank you so much for that. Let's clarify your current situation. So we've got the Page of Cups. So this could be an offer of love, a romantic relationship with somebody that we've got in your present life. So if you've not already recently met someone, I think that they are different people. For those of you who met someone in your recent past, there's someone new here who is very sensual, very giving, very loving, probably a very creative person, artistic, maybe into poetry, films, could be slightly introverted as well, not always, but it's the type that in a social situation, they're not the one, going crazy in the middle of the room. They'll go crazy in their small group of people who they trust. There's a really lovely vulnerability to this person. They're very sensitive, very giving, very open, and I think there's a nice connection here. So let's see. Please clarify the Page of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Fantastic. So the start of something here that has a huge potential, and I really think that they value you, and what you. I've got two hands reaching out to each other here. It's almost like a transaction, but I like it because it's a give and a take, but it seems reciprocal. It's like, I'll take care of you, thank you for taking care of me, now I'll take care of you. But one is certainly more romantic, loving, romance related, and the other is a little bit more financial, but this is a love reading, so in more of a foundational way, but we'll continue to clarify. What else, please? That Page of Cups. Okay, please clarify the Ace of Pentacles. So, I'm just guessing, Scorpio, that for some of you, it could be that you're beginning to think about expressing yourself again, opening yourself up again, maybe venturing out and feeling like you can begin to offer love as well, but making sure that the value is appreciated and that it's returned. So really interesting total change of energies over here. We've got something that you're not trusting about this person or about this present situation. So there's something that you're unsure about. Let's see what and why. Why is the Seven of Wands here, please? There's there's an energy of a mistrust or a cunning character. I'm not sure. We're not sure about. Please clarify. Why is the Seven of Swords here, please? Wow. So maybe this person goes quiet on you. causes you to question why. So a lot of cards. Oh, they reverse themselves, that's why. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see what comes out now. Wow. Wow, did you see that? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch that back. Okay. Okay, we've got this. I think you may have been put in touch with this person, or you've recently met them, or will be, or are meeting them at a social gathering, an occasion. And I think that you're not sure if you can trust their energy, because it's almost like they come in very quickly and then they back off. And they seem very keen and then they go quiet. So maybe there's an element of trust there because of how and who you met them through, but you're still sort of unsure. But I think that this all feels really, really new, Scorpio. So I don't know if we've really got reason yet to not trust them, but we'll see when we look at their reading. So I'll definitely bear that in mind when we come to them. Thank you. So now in your near future, we've got the King of Swords, which is really a lovely energy of just feeling very sure. But we'll see if this is you or your person. Please clarify the King of Swords. If it's, thank you. Oh, I know what this is, Scorpio. You're, again, like we had the Queen of Swords earlier, now moving into the future, you're continuing to be extremely defensive of yourself because you don't want to just give and give and give and have everything taken away from you. I think that's what you're concerned about, potentially why you're a little bit mistrustful of somebody in the present situation. Moving forward, yeah, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your value, your time, your energy. Because I think in the past, Scorpio, you've dealt with people where you've given your all and they've taken your all, and then you're left with what? Nothing. And you've got to completely build yourself up again in terms of time, energy, self-worth, care, all of that. And it influences your work because you are so giving, you're so committed and loyal and 100% when you're in. And I think that's why I like to see that in the past, that you're making sure you don't neglect any other area of your life for love, but you're aware that this is something you also want to work on. So yeah, I'd say you're definitely making sure you don't give too much. Anything else, please, to clarify the King of Swords? You're being very wise, Scorpio, this time round. And okay, the Hermit too. So you're also not in a rush. And you've learned to take things slow, which I think is really, really good. Slowing things down, making sure your needs and wants are taken care of, and learning from lessons in the past as well when it comes to love. So wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's have a look now at the person that you're dealing with. So like I say, this could be someone you're in a relationship with. It could be someone you've just recently met, or just even someone from the past, just your person who you're dealing with. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio's person in the recent past, please. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Interesting. Okay, we'll come to that in just a moment, Scorpio. And the present, please, for Scorpio's person. Oh, wow. Okay, and the near future, please, for Scorpio's person. Whoa. Near future, please, for Scorpio's person. Okay, all right. So, Scorpio, your person is quite generous and giving. They care about community and wanting to improve things around them, improve things, even if that's in terms of the immediate people in their lives, or potentially on a bigger scale in the local community. They like to help. They're very giving, very loving, and I think they perhaps have the means to be able to be giving and loving as well. Um, Now, I wonder, I'm not sure why, we'll clarify, but something's caused them to be very, very careful about who they give things to and what they give. I think that there's been a lot of gossip surrounding them. I think they've been under the spotlight a little bit. Um, and they've had to defend themselves a bit in the recent past. So let's clarify and see what's going on and why that is. Please clarify the Page of Swords. So they've had something came to an end and it left them in limbo for a very, very long time. I think they perhaps were unsure if they wanted this thing to end or not. And they perhaps struggled to see that there was light at the end of the tunnel and they had to completely change their perspective. Please clarify the Death card, what ended in the recent past. Okay, it's very heavy, Scorpio. Whatever it was that ended for them in the recent past, it was something that absolutely tore their world upside down. They've been through a lot, Scorpio. They have been through a lot. Just I can't express how much they've been through, a huge amount of stuff, and it totally forced them to just relook, reconsider what is even important to them in life. I really am sad to think that for some it could have been a physical death, like they actually did lose someone who was very important to them. But for most, it's more of a symbolic ending of things coming to an end, and they were devastated, and it was a shock, and it was really, really sudden. Anything further to clarify, please? Oh, so I think they were just like in a place of feeling really down, really confused, and they've had to build things back up from scratch and start all over again, I feel. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. So perhaps this is somebody. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. Thank you. Oh my gosh. They were in a relationship with somebody who just was very back and forth. Um, oh my goodness me. Um, okay, it looks to me like their relationship, a relationship has ended for them. Now, if it's not a relationship, it was something in their life that was very important to them that made them feel very full, very fulfilled. It's ended. I think that this, for most, it's a relationship, and I think that they really began to butt heads. I think that this person sort of just would leave and not commit. Maybe they travelled, but I think that they kind of knew what was there at home. They knew that your person was there at home for them, so they would go off and do whatever they wanted in the meantime and come back and know that they were there for them, that your person would still be there. Please clarify the Knight of Swords. I think they lived together. Or certainly were talking about living together. There was travel. I think they lived abroad together. They certainly travelled. Now, someone had an opportunity abroad and they took it and they left your person here. That's how I'm feeling. That might be quite specific to some of you. Now, if it's not abroad, it could just be at a distance or something that really was not in line with their plans, your person and their plans. And I think your person was left completely abandoned and devastated. And the whole thing, I'm not sure that it was necessarily just a breakup. I just think that because of the situation, because of the circumstances over time, things just fell apart. And I think your person felt totally neglected and abandoned. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles. So I think perhaps your person invested in this a lot, perhaps even financially invested, spent on this traveling, these projects that they were working on together, this building of homes and building of a life together. I think that your person heavily invested, and I think he probably even saw long term, he or she, sorry, probably even saw long term commitment with this person. It made them very happy to see this person happy, but there's definitely a link to travel and some kind of distance in this person moving away and that not happening. So, wow. So, Scorpio, your person's been through a lot. If you're not seeing that, you don't know that yet. Maybe they've not opened up about that. You don't know them enough yet to know the details. But yeah, they've been through a lot. So, in the present for your person, they're feeling a lot better, Scorpio. So, what's really interesting is they're not dwelling on this situation. I think they've put it to bed quite quickly and in a very kind of grounded and logical way. So I wouldn't worry. I'm not warning you and saying, oh, don't be careful because they're heartbroken. They're still pining over this person. No, not at all. In fact, they're looking forward and they're thinking they've literally got their eye on the prize because now their focus is on what they wanted, but not with that person. Their focus is on finding another person to have that with. They want the house, they want the family, they want commitment, they want marriage, and they're willing to offer it too. So please clarify the Six of Wands. Six of Wands here with the High Priest is definitely marriage on the cards. Right. They're not ready though. Not necessarily. They're still. So the only thing I'd say is if they're racing ahead, they've still got some healing to do and some recovery to be doing from this past situation. That's what they want, but they understand that they've got to take their time. I think that they've got to be patient with themselves and they've got to be patient with you because they want to be able to be where they were with that person, but with you before everything went wrong. And it doesn't really work like that. You've got to put in the time, put in the effort, and be patient with you and looking at you as a completely new, fresh person in your own right, with your own history, your own background, your own goals and desires. So your person is sort of not troubled, but the past still lingers a little for them. But I know Scorpios, you get a bad rap for being jealous. Now maybe that's true. I'm a Scorpio, so maybe I'm biased. I personally feel like we know what it's like to when we are in, we are in. And we don't want to be in if the other person is not in. And I think that jealousy, because we know how much it can consume us, so I think that translates to other people as jealousy. But really, it's like a red flag. It's like, hold on a second. If I'm interested in you, I am 150 million, thousand, billion% interested and in. When I make that decision, we can be indecisive, but when we make that decision, we make that decision. When there's that connection, there's that connection. So if we think that somebody else is interested in someone else, that's a red flag for us because we want someone to be all in with us as we are with them. So that translates, I think, to jealousy and insecurities. It's not in that way. Your person is not like lingering, like holding on to the ex. It's more the effect that this had on them. Please clarify the High Priest. They are, wow. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. Zero, the Fool, the Empress, and the Star. Clarifying the High Priest. Just to break it down, the High Priest in this reading represents marriage, commitment. Zero, the Fool, we've got starting again, taking a leap of faith. The Empress often represents birth. It can be a literal childbirth, or it can be the birth of a project. And then we've got the Star, healing, enlightenment, and happiness, and wishes coming true. So I really do think that this person is seeing you as his answer, his or her answer. Sorry, I'm saying his because it's the high priest, but of course it can go either way. Um, the potential here is massive. This person knows what they want and they've got their eye on the prize. They want everything. They want their wish, they want the marriage, they want the children, and they're ready to take a risk. They're ready to leap into the unknown with you, with someone. Now, it depends on the stage of your relationship, whether or not you've met them yet. But if you have, certainly it's with you. If you haven't yet, when they meet you, they will be like, oh my God, that's the person. That's it. And they will be coming for you. They are coming for you, Scorpio. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Can I just show you the beauty of these? Just take that in. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Oh, please clarify the Three of Pentacles. Did we have a card turn around? So, yeah, this person is determined. This is just determination to get their happiness, to get everything that they want, that they can see in you, Scorpio. This is definitely determination. And this is on the sides, they're working very hard to put things in place so that when they meet the right person, you, it's ready to go. They may have projects abroad. Aha. Now, interesting. Do you want to come out or not? I think so. Yes. All right. There is a slight, I'm starting to get a little bit now of your person may still be slightly looking back at the past from time to time, but that's because of how much happiness they had and how much potential they felt that they had, not only with this person, but I feel like everything was just ready and they were so ready. They were so ready to make that commitment and to start a family and to do the whole marriage kids thing. They were just so ready. Even if that doesn't translate because your person's not necessarily into, or maybe you don't even want to get married, but it's just, symbolic of the fact that they were ready to commit. Please clarify the Knight of Cups. But again, they're not worried about the person from the past. They're just looking back on what they were so close to having. So let's see. Oh wow, they felt like, okay, yeah, this makes total sense now. So because of what happened in the past, they're a little bit worried that the same might happen again and that they might just get stabbed in the back. And actually, I think that they're nervous about. Even though they're definitely ready to take this leap of faith and start anew with somebody else, when it comes to it, that's like the idea that they have. But when it comes to it, they're a little bit nervous because they don't know if you might turn around and do what their ex did to them. So they're trying to be really, really strong, but they're keeping it in. They're definitely not communicating about that. And that might explain this sort of deceptiveness that you worried about a little bit in your part of the reading, Scorpio, where they seem really, really keen and then they back off. And this is because doubts creep into their minds. I also think they see you as like a bit of a challenge. I don't know if that's challenge in terms of working you out or because you're playing hard to get or because you've got your defense up a little bit, they can't read you. And I think that's causing them to question, oh no, are they not interested? Are they just going to do the same again? But we've got the Knight of Cups clarifying the Knight of Cups. So this person is very free-spirited. quite quirky actually, but they've got the King of Swords as well, which was your energy in your near future too, which is interesting, Scorpio. Very wise. They're going to handle this very, I think they're going to realize that they need to be quite wise and direct and smart and quick when it comes to working or dealing and communicating with you, Scorpio. But I do think that they're going to rise to that challenge, and I think it's like exciting for them. And again, this nestling in their present situation. So at the same time, they're improving their home life, and I think I'm seeing Scorpio. I'm seeing lots of eggs. I'm seeing baby bumps. I'm seeing houses on the hills and wreaths. Just to let you know, I think they're serious. Interesting. Knight of Cups too. They're very. Oh, I just got the word anarchy in my head. I don't know if they do things differently. They see the world differently. They do things differently. They're very giving, very, very giving, very nurturing. Just a little bit different, though. Maybe different to what you've been used to. Seen as a little bit of an outsider, feel maybe like a bit of an outsider in their life. So that may be playing part a little bit, but I like it. It's a nice energy. It's nothing to worry about. Okay, so the near future for them, very interesting. They're going to feel if something's happening that's making them feel totally overwhelmed, and a little bit like they're not good enough, like they've not got what they need. I'm wondering if you're making them feel, not on purpose, like they're not good enough for you. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands, please. Interesting, because we've got the Chariot over here, which was the energy that made you feel, hang on a sec, what's going on here? Are we on or are we off? And made you feel wonder a little bit. It's like that when this person's in touch with you, it's like quick bursts of energy and then it settles down and goes quiet. Now that's here in the near future. So they are racing ahead. They are trying to get things done. But what's blocking them from that is there's a little bit of a feeling, and I got this with the Knight of Cups as well, that they're a little bit of like a lone kind of ranger. Like they're on a bit of a soul-seeking journey, and I know that that won't scare you, Scorpio, because it's not the only thing they've got on. They've got so much else going on that's really, really good. And I'm not saying that soul-seeking is bad, not at all. My personal opinion is we all probably need to do some soul searching and seeking up every now and then. But that's going on in their present. I think they're going to be so overwhelmed by the projects that they've got going on, and they may even have, this might be in terms of work related, they may be signing new contracts, taking on a new project, which is really, really financially rewarding and exciting. And again, it's linked to this idea of travel, something abroad, maybe, or building houses. I'm not sure what that is exactly. It'll make more sense to you, but there's definitely a sense of being overwhelmed by the projects that they've got going on. And I think it might cause them to question, like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? But I don't think that's linked to you, Scorpio. I think that's just their own stuff. Nine of Wands, please. Yeah. So if they do see you as being a bit of a challenge, Scorpio, like, I don't think you're doing anything to make them feel that way, but I do think that that's how they see you at the moment. Like they need to really step up um, in order to kind of win you. That's what it feels like a little bit. Um, but then they also have these. There's something going on where I think maybe they, again, there's this doubt that what if it happens again? What if I get stabbed in the back again? This person is a little bit insecure, I think, because of what happened to them. And I think it's causing them to look at their shortfalls rather than their strengths. And every now and then that makes them want to detach and disappear from the whole situation. But then it's almost like the adrenaline and the excitement of you and what you mean to them and the potential you could have together is what gives them the strength to come back and keep working on this connection. But that's totally unrelated to you, Scorpio. If that happens, that's that back and forth that you might be feeling with them. Some certain elements of detachment happening, and then sudden when they're in touch again, it's like really strong and it's a bit confusing. But that's where that's coming from. Please clarify the Magician. And I think that all of that in turn is making them question, do I have what it takes to get Scorpio to be who I need to be for Scorpio? And yes, okay, good. So the answer that they find is yes. And they do decide that they do have what it takes. Interesting. They do have what it takes, and they do have everything that they need in order to make it work with you. And they just need to get a little bit more focused. Maybe there's a lot going on for them in terms of work, but they decide to focus more on you. But there's this reunion card again that's come up. So I don't know if what's going on. Might they be a bit flimsy with dates, a bit non-committal when it comes to sorting out dates, because they've got just so much stuff going on. I think also they feel, because for some of you were put in touch through someone else, I think they feel beholden to them. Please clarify the Three of Cups. Thank you. Please clarify the Three of Cups. I don't know if they feel like it's a bit out of reach with you, Scorpio. It's really strange. Maybe it just really is that they don't feel like they're good enough for you. But they've got so much going on for themselves. Are they traveling? And yet they might be traveling away, Scorpio. That's just what might happen. They might have to leave. They might have to go somewhere. Maybe they even have to cancel a date because of that, or they can't commit to you because of that. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure, Scorpio. This person wants to be everything, but I'm not sure that they have it in them at the moment. But this is just the near future, though, so we'll see how it develops. But they're definitely... There's this Ten of Wands here again, you see. It's almost like burdened. There's something that's preventing them from being able to totally focus and commit on getting everything that they want with you, even though they're ready for everything that they want and they know that they want it with you. But there's just something, there's a distance. And I don't know if that's like a mental distance, an emotional distance, or a physical distance, but there is just a distance where every now and then they drift away from you. And then they come back, and every now and then they drift away, and then they come back. Partly it's to do with work, but I think it's getting in the way a little bit. But that doesn't mean to say that it's not going to work out, because they have everything that they need in order to make it work out, and they know that. So it could just be a case of timing. But we'll see now, because Scorpio, what we'll do to finish the reading is we'll see what is holding you together, what's working out well between you, your strengths, and then we'll look at your challenges. Okay. What's holding the two together, please? Scorpio and their person. What is holding them together? Wow. It was strange the way that came out. It felt very strange. You have both. You're both at the stage where you're completely cut off from anybody else. in terms of, there's no lingering exes, there's nothing, no one else that you're in love with or pining over, and it's the same for them. You're as done with your past as they're as done with their past, and both of you are ready to move forward. Both of you are very independent. I think you may even be both self-employed, or at least very financially stable and successful, or at least sure in your path when it turns to careers. You work, you've got your steps, you've got your ideas, your goals, and you're working towards them consistently. So that you're very similar in that way. You're both quite independent. You're also both, let's say, a little bit dream-like in terms of you want the best out of the world, and maybe can get lost sometimes in the ideal of the world, but yet you both manage to walk that path in between where you're still connected to truth and reality, with your feet on the ground. It's like this nice balance, I think, that you both have between, yes, life is a adventure, and you can live your dreams and make your wildest dreams come true and get everything that you want out of life, but you're also practical and dependable, and know that you need to work in order to achieve that. So I really like you both. You've got, that's where you're similar. Let's see what the issue, if there are any issues or obstacles between the two, please. What are the issues or obstacles? Thank you. Oh, I just don't, it might not be the right time. It just might not be the right time. There's also, with the Four of Cups here, there's a link to depression. So it could be you. If you resonate with that, I'm so sorry. And I hope you're okay. And please, when I see this card, it makes me think of all the self-love, things like run yourself a nice bath, get your favorite chocolate and marshmallows, and that would be my go-to. And your nicest cups of tea and coffee, and watch your favorite film and snuggle up. That's when I see this card, Four of Cups, it makes me feel like that. You need all the self-care stuff. So there could be a little bit of that going on that hinders the progression of the relationship, that means that it's just not quite the right time. We'll clarify. Please clarify the Four of Cups. It could be, if it's not you, Scorpio, it could be this person, though. Maybe, because I felt that sense of detachment sometimes. Maybe there's a bit of an underlying emotional distress or dissatisfaction that stops them from being able to fully commit. Here we go. That's it. So the same cards coming up here as in their past, where their world totally fell down. I think it caused them to disconnect a little bit with reality. Maybe they're a little bit slightly out of balance there. And now they're actually at the stage of trying to manage that better. Like I said, they've got a lot going on. I think they feel a little bit inundated as well with work, a bit overwhelmed with stuff that they've got going on with work or communication from people. Definitely saw a little bit of gossiping happening for them as well. And it's just a little bit more of a difficult balance for them emotionally. That's how I feel. Or perhaps you relate to that, Scorpio. There's just a little bit of not quite the right timing in terms of emotionally where you are, not quite having the emotional stability for a long-term commitment, even though that's what you want. That would explain the periods of being detached I could sense. Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune normally is when luck is on your side, but of course this is the obstacle. So it would say to me that perhaps it's not the right time, but let's see. The Wheel of Fortune, please. Oh, interesting, Scorpio. So this is this period of distrust. I sense that it's the type of thing that you're just going to cut out. And it seems to me that because of what we've just said about your person, when they express or show these moments of disassociation, of distance, you're just cutting the line. You're like, oh, you wanna fly off in that hot air balloon? Yeah, sure, let me help you. I'll even cut off the rope, bye-bye. You don't, that's what I'm feeling with you. So it could just be that it's not quite the right time because of where they're at and where you're at. It could lead to things just separating or just not really fully developing. But, please remember, Scorpio, this is just the current energies that I'm reading for now. You do have free will, so you can, if you really, really want this person, you can bear that in mind as when you're, dealing with them. And I think there's still kind of lessons to be learned, maybe learning on one or both of your sides, still potentially learning some lessons, especially when it comes to love and relationships. And trust, and also defending yourself and knowing what's right for you. So that clarifies. Thank you very much. That does explain it. Please clarify the moon. Why is the moon here? Oh, yeah. So, okay. So I think you've both been through situations in your life that's caused you to look at the world differently, and that's where I think you'll really, really connect, really understand each other, and really understand some greater life lessons, the mysteries. You share an interest in kind of the mysteries of the way the world works, and believing in life lessons and karmic cycles and things like that. I think that's where you'll really, really hit it off. But there's a little bit of dissatisfaction as well with that, in that the way that the world works sometimes is really unfair, but you relate to that, you can connect on that. Nine of Pentacles, please. Yeah, you're both extremely fierce, strong-willed, independent, smart and capable. And you'll find that extremely attractive in each other, because you want if you're able to take care of yourself, then you need someone to be able to take care of themselves as well, and they are exactly in that same situation. I think they'll admire that in you and you'll admire that in them. Please clarify the Ten of Swords. Yeah, good. So you've both you've both learning and learned how to manage difficult situations because of what you've both been through. So there's definitely a really nice understanding and a connection. So just because it's not showing in the immediate future that it's all, happening right away, don't worry. Remember, this is just the potential obstacles. These were what connects you really well. So, but we'll see. Let's see if there's any last words of wisdom. Oh my gosh, Scorpio, look, there's actually, wow, commitment and happiness and fulfillment and stability and long-term potential. It's massive. The potential between you here is huge for commitment and happiness. I mean, this is massive. This is a commitment. This is such a committed. Two of Cups is commitment in love, and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a firm, solid foundation, something true and reliable and dependable. So that's the potential between you guys. So I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio, and I really, really hope that this helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe or comment. I'd love to hear from you, and you can hit the bell to hear from me. If you enjoyed this love reading, let me know too, and then next time I can decide whether I'll do a general reading or a love reading for you. Take care, Scorpio. Thanks for watching. See you next time.